Good morning. Welcome to your first math lesson online. I hope you all are doing well and just doing your best effort. That's all I ask from you. So today we are still working on our fractions. So the first thing we're going to do is I want you to tell me what fraction this would be. What fraction do you see? How would we write this fraction? 1/4, right. So the way that we write 1/4 is 1/4. 1/4. This is 1/4 of the circle. Next one, you try. How would we write this fraction and say this fraction? Right. 1/2, and that's a 1/2, 1/2. And last one, that's right, 1/3, 1/3. Remember, there are 3 parts, 1, 2, 3, and one of them is colored. There are 3 parts, and one of them is colored. All right, next. So, if we look at, we're going to look how many parts I have. How many parts, or as we talked about, how many groups do we have? Well, we can see how many hearts do I have. How many hearts or parts? We have 3 parts. So, the parts goes on the bottom of the fraction. And look, how many of those hearts are colored? 1, 2. 2/3 of the hearts are colored. 2/3 of the hearts are colored. All right. Now, let's look at these fractions. So, let's look at these I have drawn on my whiteboard here. What fraction is this? Okay, and how would I write that? 1/2. Okay, and that would be said as 1/2. So 1/2 of the circle is colored. Next one. What fraction is this, and how would I write it? 1/2 and 1/2. 1/2 of the diamond is colored. Next one here. How many parts are there? 1, 2, 3 parts. The parts goes on the bottom. And how many of those parts are colored? Correct, 2. So we have 2/3 of the rectangle is colored. And last one here. How many parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 parts. Does the 4 go here? Nope. The 4 goes here. There's 4 parts. And now how many of those parts are colored? 1, 2, 3. 3 of those 4 parts are colored. So that's 3/4. How would we say this fraction? Good. 2/3. How would we say this fraction? 1/2. And how would we say this fraction? 1/2. Very good. Okay, now, so with your worksheet, let's go ahead and take out your worksheet. It is more fractional parts. So here's your worksheet here. You're going to need, first, you're going to need scissors and some glue. If you don't have glue, you could get tape. So why don't you go ahead and grab those, and I will pause for a moment. Or you could just press pause on your device. do first is we're going to look at the fractional part. So before we begin, I want you to go ahead and look at the whiteboard that I'm holding up. So you have a box here. Look at the shape of the red shape outlined here. So we're going to decide what goes on the other half on the inside of the box here. Okay, we know what shape that is. What shape is that? Yes, it is a circle. So we know, is this a half of a circle? No. How about this? Is that half of a circle? No. Oh, I know. Here it is. That? No, I tricked you. So right here, here's the other half of our circle. So when we cut this out, we want this to go right here to make the other half. So we're going to cut this out and attach it right there. So there's a circle. Now, next to the circle, before we added the other half of the circle, we're asked a question. Was this here 1/2 of the circle or 1/3 of the circle? This here, is that 1/2 or 1/3? Yes, that is 1/2 of the circle. So you have two parts to your worksheet. The first part is for question number 1. You're going to have to see, is this half of a circle or 1/3 of a circle? Well, you're going to circle 1/2 of the circle. And now you need to find what goes on the other side. Well, it's going to be right there. There's the other half of the circle. So you'll cut this out and either use tape or glue and put it on the other side so it makes the whole circle. We just don't want a fraction of the circle, we want the whole circle. You will go ahead and do this for the rest of the front. Remember, before you cut and glue, you may want to go ahead and look at what shape you believe this is. It's a triangle, correct? And is that half of a triangle or a fourth of a triangle? 1/4 of a triangle or 1/2 of a triangle? Yes, that's 1/2 of a triangle. So the first thing I would do is go ahead and circle what you see, do you see, and then circle the fraction that is. Okay? Then we're going to turn to the back and we're looking at money again. We're doing fractions with money. So you're going to see you have 4 coins. Now, if the question's asking you, I want you to circle half of the coins. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to circle 1/2 of the coins. 1/2 of the coins. So that can be either groups or parts. So we need to make 2 groups. Remember? How do we make this even? Remember, a fraction is always even parts. How do we make this even? Well, 2 for you, 2 for me, right? But we only need to circle half. So we could go ahead and erase this because now we circled half of the 4 pennies. For the next one, we're going to do 3/4 of the, who knows what coin that is? Right, nickels. So we want 3/4 of the nickels. So I know you guys can do this part. You're going to be great. And, I would take your time with this one. 2/4. 2/4. And remember, there can always be another way written after you have when you've circled 2/4 of the pennies here. For the bottom section, you're going to color to show the fraction. You're going to color 3/4 of the circle, 1/4 of the circle, 2/4 of the circle, and 4/4 of the circle. Okay, guys, so you could go ahead and turn off your device and get started on your worksheet. And if you have any questions, I can see you on FaceTime if you have any questions. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.